jinns themselves can be put in service, and Allah has put service, and many a times Allah does put jinns in the service of people. Sometimes it's as an honor, like in the case of Sulaiman alayhi salatu wassalam. It's an honor for the believer or the servant of Allah. Sometimes people, they try and learn this trade so that they can control and possess jinns. And jinns are basically, because largely they are evil, so what they do, they try and befriend people who themselves try and follow the path of evil. So if a person is then on this path whereby he is trying to possess or control or gain assistance from a jinn through a wrongful way, then that in itself could mount to kufr or shirk in any way. And if it means sometimes by doing wrong things, or simply perhaps not committing kufr or shirk, but by sinful activity, then at least it would be sinful. And if a person then finds himself in a situation, many a times jinns do, they become friendly with good people. And if they then become friendly with somebody, and if he tries to take use of that friendship in a good way, to help people or protect people, then no harm. But if he tries to abuse that trust and use it in a wrong way, then that would be wrong, that would be haram. And if it involves committing shirk or kufr, then that would lead to kufr as well. But generally, the people, the fact that they have jinns, have a separate way of life, which is parallel to humans. They have their life to get along with. Let them get along with their life. We have our lives to get along with, and it's not, there is no need for people to try and possess jinns or to gain assistance from jinns. And alhamdulillah, Allah has given us so much. Allah has given every person the ability and the potential to be able to make his own ends meet. So why do people want to interfere with other creation of Allah? And sometimes even when jinns, when they become friendly, then even in their friendship they do things which can cause problem for many people. So it's best to let these things get on with their lives, and you get on with your life. But Allah has mentioned this story in the Quran, a wonderful story as it is, of a wonderful special servant of Allah, that even though jinns are what they are, very powerful and whatever, but the fact Allah has blessed us with His book, Allah has blessed us with His name and blessed us with His deen, for us that is sufficient. If people were to put themselves in the service of Allah, then Allah will put everything in their service. We don't need to run after and go out chasing for jinns or anything else. Many a time people think, if I could possess a jinn, I will use him to make jihad or other things. Although you might be able to use one or two jinns to do these things, there's thousands of other jinns who will be there to oppose him as well. Just as in the story of Sulaiman alayhi salam, many jinns were put in his service, but even other jinns needed to be tied and chained because they were not willing to submit. So jinns are not easy things to mess around with. It's best to be left alone and for us to seek Allah's refuge from such things. This is why reciting Ayatul Kursi, Qul A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq and Qul A'udhu bi Rabbin Nas, every Muslim should make a regular habit, in the morning and in the evening. And jinns, mashallah, they are a creation of Allah. They are haqq, they exist, they are mentioned in the Quran and have been mentioned in ahadith as well. There are many jinns who are Muslims, many who are kafirs, and they live a life parallel to human beings, but there is no need for us to interfere with them. They can, he says in hadith, they even possess people and they run and they flow in human like their blood. Like blood flows in our bodies, similarly when jinns possess a person, they flow through the people like blood, and especially trying to incite people and whisper in their hearts very devious thoughts and all sorts of things. So if we seek Allah's refuge from such things by reciting Ayatul Kursi, especially when people recite Ayatul Kursi, then Allah protects them from any influence of jinns and black magic, etc. And then especially Qul A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq and Qul A'udhu bi Rabbin Nas. These were surahs which Allah revealed specially for protection against these evil influences. May Allah keep us all safe, and may Allah guide us all to the right path.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه صلاة الله وآله والأحبة. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه صلاة الله وآله